Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm sure you've heard people say, to have confidence, you have to believe in yourself. But I'm here to prove to you that this is completely wrong. Self-confidence isn't about belief, it's about one simple action. Silence and steel strings. In a small town nestled in the mountains, lived a girl named Yas. Yas saw the world from behind her bedroom window. Among her peers, she was like a forgotten note in a bustling symphony. Her voice was so soft it seemed to come from the farthest star. Everyone knew her by her silence, but what no one knew was that Yas's silence was full of sound. In her room, she had a worn, old acoustic guitar inherited from her grandfather. In solitude, when no one was around, her fingers would dance on the steel strings, creating melodies that could make oceans pulse. Her music was her inner scream, a scream that didn't dare come out. Yas's shadow was a whispering voice that, with every small mistake in her playing, would say, "This music is only for you. If anyone hears it, they will laugh. You are not a real musician." Then one day, she saw a poster on the town gate, Spring Music Festival, call for young artists. Yas's heart beat so hard it felt like it would jump out of her chest. Her shadow screamed, "Have you gone mad? On stage? In front of everyone?" But this time, a new force awoke inside Yas. Perhaps it was fatigue from hearing the constant whispers, or maybe the desire to see the world from beyond her window. With trembling hands, she filled out the registration form and wrote the name Yas in the solo performers section. The 2 weeks after registration felt like years. Fear had become her constant companion. But Yas did not surrender. She made a pact with her fear, practicing in silence. Every time the shadow said you can't, she would respond by playing a simple scale. She accepted her mistakes and started again. A new territory. Instead of her room, she practiced in the backyard where the birds were. This small step expanded her world. Embracing failure, one night, in the middle of a complex piece, she forgot all the notes. Despair overwhelmed her. But then, she closed her eyes and started to play, not from the sheet music, but from feeling. A new, incredibly beautiful piece was born. She realized that sometimes losing your way leads you to a more beautiful destination. The night of the festival arrived. The hall was packed. The spotlights were so bright they stole your breath. When it was Yas's turn, her legs felt weak. She walked onto the stage and found herself facing a sea of expectant faces. Her shadow screamed in her ear, "Run away." For a moment, everything went black. But then, Yas closed her eyes. She shut out the outside world and retreated into her inner one. She cradled the guitar, placed her fingers on the strings, and played the first note. The note fell like a drop of water into the pond of the hall's silence. Then the second note, the third, and, suddenly, magic happened. Music flowed from her guitar. Music that told the story of her loneliness, her hopes, and her dreams. This sound was not just a simple performance, it was an honest confession. She became so immersed in the music that she forgot where she was. When she opened her eyes, the piece was over. For a few seconds, absolute silence ruled the hall. Yas was sure she had failed. But suddenly, a clap started, first from one corner, then from another, and finally, the entire hall was drowned in a storm of applause. People's eyes were filled with tears and admiration. That night, Yas the Silent died, and Yas the Musician was born. She didn't win the first prize, but she won the greatest prize possible. She had shown the world the sound of her inner self. The end of the story. Yas is now a music teacher. To her young students who are afraid of public performance, she says, "Your fear is like this guitar. If you only look at it, it's a piece of wood and string. But if you dare to make its strings vibrate, you can create the sky with it." The point is not to play flawlessly. The point is to find the sound of your heart and have the courage to share it with the world. Because the world is always hungry to hear the voices of courageous hearts. So remember, every Yas within you, with whatever talent they possess, is waiting for one decision. The decision to play the unique symphony of your existence, even if you forget the notes at first. Today, we learned together that self-confidence is a skill, not a gift. And like any other skill, it's built with practice. Now, it's your turn. Take one small step. You can share your idea in a simple conversation today, say hello to a stranger, or tell me in the comments what the biggest challenge is on your journey to self-confidence. Promise yourself that at least once in the next 24 hours, you will listen to your inner voice and act on it. The world is waiting to hear your unique voice. Thank you so much for being a champion and sticking with me until the end of this video. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you. Goodbye.